Absolute Batman issue number 18. Scott Snyder and Nick Cagnetti on this, still guest artist on this book. Man, to some great effect. There are so many great kinetic, just color, jaw-dropping moments inside this issue. The big battle between Batman and Absolute Poison Ivy takes place in here, but there's different layers going on. There's a lot of flashback scenes to Bruce visiting his friends that were recently broken by Bane and seeing how they're recovering from that, seeing how their relationships are now strained. They blame him for this. And so, there's a lot of interesting things happening there. And there's a little bit of a, turn, I would say, on Bruce and how he feels about his friends. Like, he's going to show up at the doorstep every single day until he's not. And what's going to break him? Well, we see later what happens in this issue. So there is this cool back and forth mentally that Bruce is going through right now. And he basically sees this event with Poison Ivy as a way to, cross that line. You know what I mean? Like, go where he won't go before, take the guy out in a more permanent way. And that will kind of break his psyche in a way. And that has rippling effects down to his friends who will eventually turn into his rogues. Now, the really cool thing about this is that, as we're going through these Absolute titles, especially with like Superman's starting to turn a little bit and become more like Superman that we know now. He's just living in this Absolute world. Diana is still on the edge, right? She's tapping into that dark magic. She still has her values, but she's still sitting on the edge of like what we're used to and what we'd expect from an Absolute book. Now, Batman has always kind of stayed in the shadows this entire time, and now he's reversing a little bit more, becoming more extreme. And I can't wait to see where that goes. It's very timely, too, because coming out of DCKO, we know these Absolute characters are going to be staying around for a while, so they need legs, right? We need more story to tell. We need more character development and growth and lessons learned. I think pushing Batman back a little bit, making it more of a threat, going places he wouldn't typically go, that's going to give us longevity with this character. I don't know how the other titles are going to catch up to that concept. Like, if Superman goes full Boy Scout, where do we go? Where's our growth from there? Diana's still in that nice sweet zone, that Goldilocks zone where she can go in any direction. And Martian Manhunter, man, that book is insane right now. Who the hell knows where that's going to go? But like I said, the emotional impact, the character development, the change in what we have come to expect in Absolute Batman, that's all changing inside this issue. I'm really excited to see where this one goes. Let me know what you guys thought.